Welcome back everyone. Today I want to recap the entire saga of Making the Band 2. Now there are 4 iterations of this show. Season 1 had O-Town, the 3rd had Danity Kane, and the 4th had Day 26 and Donnie. And let me just say, I was sitting on this script and video for 3 years. It was going to shelve this whole project. However, some things happened, some interviews occurred, and rewatching this whole series, I look at things very, very different now. So let's take a look at this series carefully. Before we begin, if you want to see music bios or more good videos like this, hit the subscribe button. Also, I've started a Patreon account. On here you get more copyrighted material and they'll be uploaded 48 hours prior to YouTube. If you want to support or visit, link is in the description. And without further ado, on to our feature presentation.
It's the making of the band on MTV, but only the hottest can roll with PD.
Okay, the first 4 episodes are very similar. It's just Hopeful's auditioning for Diddy's new group. His group would consist of rappers and singers with the hope to shake up the hip-hop game. But the first episode I will say occurred while Diddy was on vacation. But in the end, he selects 30 to move on to phase 2, aka boot camp. The remaining group gets involved in Bad Boy Boot Camp, which is mostly physical, but in reality, it's all mental. The kids are like they never worked out a day in their lives. While the MCs worked out, the singers work with a dance coach, and Diddy comes crashing in, which intimidates the singers.
Hey yo, listen up. This is the situation, okay? A lot of y'all are looking nervous. You about to f up your chance right now. You get a chance to be a star. It's gonna be 100,000 people looking at you at one time. Don't come all this way and f up this Huff's head.
That night, the MCs participate in an open mic session. During a session, an MC named DJ Diamond made a very insensitive comment about white people and gets confronted by Bad Boy's staff.
Said tonight was very disrespectful. When you said all my bad boy, like that was crazy.
The next day comes and it's media training day. Chop and Mysterious get into a spat, but all of this stems with pressure and tension. More physical training occurs, and the trainer orders each artist to run a mile, 4 laps around the track, and to the surprise of no one, Mysterious struggles. But she finished strong and feels better about herself. That is until that night where she gets sick and an ambulance is called, but after review, it was a bad case of Charlie's horse. By the time the next episode occurs, Mysterious returns and the artists prepare for the final audition to see who's going to make the house. Chop is becoming arrogant as it's part of his game. He doesn't want to make it easy on anyone. Interviews take place with Diddy via Allison, and she nearly blew her cover. That night is the big night, a showcase to make the house. Originally 12 was going to make it, but it got expanded to 15, and in the end, the MCs chosen is Lloyd Ness Mathis, Alan, Damone, Dylon, Frederick Watson, Jamie Hugh, Orlando, Mina Moreau, Mysterious, and Choppa. And for the singers, Sarah Stokes, Yasmin Mendez, Walter Anderson, Jamira Turner, Janessa, and Belinda Pocahontas Carter. Journey might be the end for the rest, but for one eliminated artist, we'll see them again. The finalists move into the house. They must memorize a quote on the wall. Life is not a game, only the fittest and most aggressive survive. Sleeping is forbidden, a second cannot be wasted. 1 seconds are lost, you lose, and losing is for losers. Meanwhile, Jamie has struggled with getting respect for being a 19-year-old white rapper. During a call-in, Pocahontas was being disrespectful and Allison, via phone, lays into her. Many feel sympathy because Pocahontas has gone through so much. The next day, physical training continues, and they have to run 2 miles, which is 8 laps around the track. After the workout, the drive home, Pocahontas confronts Jamie as a know-it-all mark, and Pocahontas calls him a white devil. And this angers him and makes him cry, and there's no crying in hip-hop.
Black man, then. Be a black man for a day. Jamie, be a black man. I want to cry every second, okay? I'm a rich black man.
Allison confronts Pocahontas about the comment and condemns her. The rest of the Bad Boy staff confronts Pocahontas about the racist comment, disrespecting Allison, and with a zero tolerance on racism, Pocahontas is sent home. And to be fair, I think this is justified because I never heard her sing not once this season. She apologized to Jamie, and he accepts, and this let the house know that Bad Boy isn't playing around with this group. Bad Boy gives the remaining 14 an assignment to write a song to a beat while being separated into a group. Remember when Choppa said that he was going to make this easy for the other contestants and gets into other people's skin? Well, this backfires in this episode. He gets into an argument with Ness and Mysterious, but that night, Mysterious hooks up with the producer and she makes concerning comments about being in a group and rather be solo, just like every musician these days.
That's the only way Mysterious is gonna come out. Yeah, I'll be one of the members. But look, after my first album, I'm gone. I got my own project to work on now.
But Choppa gets into another fight, this time with Fred, and we never found out what really caused this one. It's showing that Choppa is very immature. He's 15 if you're asking, the same age as Bow Wow at the time. Alon this time targets Choppa and he gets hit with a trash can. And this could have been the end for both artists, but the final straw for Choppa was when he made a rap about Jamie. Jamie took it personal and Choppa is growing tired of people hating on him and he wants to quit. He calls Allison and Harv and they're trying to convince him to stay, but as he gets this phone call, he spots Mysterious crying. It's been revealed that her sister was killed in a brutal attack back in Detroit.
This lady was going to take her garbage out. She found like some, body pieces in there, and they found out that it was my sister.
And this shakes up the entire house, and it was at this moment Choppa decided to stay for Mysterious' sake. But unfortunately, Mysterious must leave for Detroit for reasons known, and as she leaves, she now has second thoughts about being in a group. With Mysterious gone, the house is on edge because a cut is impending. Meanwhile, Jamira is having relationship issues, and Allison accuses her of being pregnant, which she denies, but after taking the test, she is pregnant. And this dampens Jamira's confidence as she thinks she wouldn't be chosen because of her miracle. And Sarah consoles her as she's a mother of 3. Meanwhile, Dylon's having legal problems that could send him to jail. And add on the death of Mysterious' sister, all of this occurred within 24 hours. Diddy shows up to the house to see where each artist is at in their development, and after the performances end, he sends the artist upstairs and as he deliberates. The first cut he makes is Jamie, as it felt like they're being forced to like him, and in my opinion, he's too sensitive to be in a group. The next is unfortunately Jamira, because Diddy is playing long game, and with Jamira being pregnant, it's not a good look. Third is Dylon, with his legal issues, his is just an intermission and a return is possible. And last is Yasmin, for being too Latin with her sound. Only 1 week is left for Diddy to make the final cut. Mysterious returns from Detroit after her sister's funeral with new motivation. But meanwhile, Diddy isn't pleased with Mina Monroe, as it felt like she's been getting by, and he wants to bring in competition for her. He orders Allison to call a reject finalist named Babs to move into the house immediately.
Tomorrow at 8 o'clock, I need you to come to the house, and I need you to move in.
Okay.
You know what this means?
No.
And this throw a huge curveball in the competition, but the next day the artists participate in a scavenger hunt to test their competitive drive. One of the tasks is getting on Hot 97, and thanks to Mysterious having prior connections, her team is able to get on air, which is huge bonus points. However, they spend too much time at the radio station and they forget the other tasks. Team B capitalized on getting the small things, but the result ends in a tie. The tiebreaker is whoever can recite the quote on the wall, and Team B was able to recite, giving them the win, and their reward is Sean John apparel. The next day, Diddy holds a rap-off in hopes he will make a cut. The first rap-off is for the South, Freddie P from Miami and Choppa from New Orleans. Both go blow for blow and last about 45 minutes. Long story short, it was a draw, but let's be real, Fred ate Choppa up. The next go round is with Babs and Mysterious, and Babs is able to overwhelm Mysterious and orders Mina to step in, and Mina proceeds to choke. For their final task, he placed each artist in 3 groups to record an original song with original production. Group 1, Ness, Choppa, Sarah, Mysterious. Group 2, Alon, Orlando, Damone, Mina. And Group 3, Janessa, Walter, Babs, and Freddie P. After this, Diddy confronts Mysterious about her previous comments about being in a group instead of going solo. Mysterious denies, and she does want to be in a group.
If I say I want to be solo, he gonna tell me go upstairs, pack my stuff, and go home.
Diddy tells Ness that a local battle rapper named Jay Mills called him out and wants to battle rap. The two have a 3-round battle with each guy winning a round and a tie being the third, but let's be real, Jay Mills ate that boy for breakfast. They go unedited for 10 minutes and this version is still on YouTube. With Dylon's legal situation bettering, Dylon is able to return to the house. The artist then goes to the studio to work with Diddy on their songs, and here's my opinions on the songs. Group 3 to me had the best. Group 1 was fine until Mysterious verse, and Group 2 just had the worst amongst the three. As Bad Boy staff deliberate on who should make the band, one conflicting issue is once again with the South, Fred and Choppa, with various split on the decision. They arrive at a rented out restaurant, and it will be here where the final decision will be made. After deliberation, he chooses Ness because of his talent, Fred because of his animated voice and southern appeal, Sarah for her ability to work with Ness and Fred, Dylon as the wild card, Babs for her underdog mentality, and a last minute decision, Choppa for the element of surprise. After the smoke clears from the decision, Mysterious crashes out, and let's just say rewatching this, kind of feel the pain. But everyone knows that she wanted to be solo. Now that the group is developed, the next task is to make an album, a single, and a video, and more importantly, work as a team. And only time will tell if that happens. And that wraps up Making the Band 2 Season 1. Join me in Part 2 where we see them make the album with some few fights in between. Stay tuned for that.